Hi everyone, and welcome to Footsteps. Today's story is from the Old Testament. The people of God were living in a place where no rain fell. And as no rain fell, there were no crops. They were hungry. The children were so hungry that they cried in their sleep. So their mothers and fathers decided to take them on a long journey to a country where they would find food. They took them to Egypt. There was food in Egypt and water, for there was the great river Nile. The king of Egypt, the Pharaoh, was kind to them. He let them have food and he let them work. But then the Pharaoh died, and many years later a new Pharaoh came. And that Pharaoh was not kind. He made the people of God, the Hebrews, into slaves. They had to work where the Pharaoh said. They had to live where the Pharaoh said. They had to do everything the Pharaoh said. They were not free, they were slaves. But the Pharaoh was still afraid of the Hebrews, the people of God. There were so many of them, he thought they might attack him. So he ordered his soldiers to take and kill every baby boy. This is Miriam. And this is her mother. And this is her baby brother. When the baby brother was born, his mother looked at him and thought what a wonderful child he was. She was determined to keep him safe. So to start with, the family hid him. But as he grew older, he grew noisier. They would not be able to carry on hiding him for much longer. So his mother made a plan. She wove a basket, and then she painted it all round with tar to make it waterproof. And then she took the baby and placed the baby in the basket, and took the basket down to the river Nile. And she put the baby in the river. And then she went home. But Miriam, the baby's sister, stayed, and she hid amongst the bulrushes. After a time, the Pharaoh's daughter, the princess of Egypt, came down to the river to bathe with her servants. And just as she was about to get into the river, she noticed the basket. So she sent her servant to fetch it. The servant brought the basket, and they saw the baby in it. The baby was crying. So the princess picked him up. She was sorry for the baby. But when she looked at him, she said, "This is a Hebrew baby." Now all this time Miriam had been hiding in the bulrushes. But when she heard the princess speak, she came forward. "Would you like me to fetch someone to look after the baby?" she said. Yes, go, said the princess. So Miriam went off, and she came back with her mother. The princess gave the baby to his mother and said she would pay her to look after the baby until the baby was big enough. The princess adopted the baby, and he was brought up in the palace. She called him Moses, because Moses means brought out of the water. I wonder which part of this story you like the best. I wonder which part of the story you think is the most important. I wonder if there's anything you would like to change about this story. I wonder if any of this story is about you.